Welcome in, Renegades. So you would not expect this to happen on the internet computer. We are actually breaking out of that big long-term resistance. We broke out of a big falling wedge. We have a massive video for you today. We have some incredible things happening leading up to ICPCC. I'm going to give you a couple of little spoilers here. We're going to have Isaac on the channel on Friday from Code and State. He is helping, basically they're running this whole ICPCC conference from the online presence to in-person meetups. So we're going to go over a lot of that cool stuff. We're going to be having Yuku on the channel. It's going to be on a Sunday. We don't normally do Sundays, but it's a Monday where they're at in China. So we're going to be having Yuku on the channel. We're going to be having the Swap on the channel to talk about Daniel from the Swap to talk about his latest project. It sounds so filthy, and they're just doing some crazy things. So we got to talk about that. But first, let's see what you guys are doing. Hi, everybody. Smash that like button. Let's actually get this. Let's get my subscribers to 3,700 real quick. We only need 15 more. So if you subscribe, we could get that done really quick and then move on to that 4,000 mark. And then 5,000 is my next big goal. And I want to thank you all for every bit of support with the channel. Today, we might give away some Renegade tokens live. We did one for a video. So let's see the best comment. Let's say we'll give you 200,000 Renegade tokens just for the best comment about what we're talking about today about ICPCC. The best comment, what you'd like to see. I'm going to do a staking video. Six Figs is doing a documentary. Let's take a look at some stuff real quick. I want to share with you a little bit. I can't tell you a lot because it's not my project, but I want to shout out Six Figs and everything he is doing in his project. But I want to take a look at some OGs first. So let's look at the OGs of ICP and how certain things happen. Now, Six Figs right here says, 2 years ago, Crypto Wendy O changed the game for ICP. Many of you have no clue. She brought the fire today, an absolute legend of crypto. So here's a little hint for you guys. But I want to show you what he was talking about. 2 years ago, Crypto Wendy changed the game. The story will be told on this documentary, but let's see exactly right here. What happened 2 years ago that changed the game? Well, as you see here on Crypto Wendy O's channel, she had me on the channel, and that's where I met Kyle Six Figs, and that's where I met Wendy, of course, as well. And then everything you need to know about ICP. Look. So Wendy actually had the man, the myth, the legend, Dominic Williams on her channel. So 2 years ago, she did change the game. She changed the attitude of influencers about ICP with a lot of the news that Six Figs reported on and everything else. This was the turning point for ICP with everybody, you know, the masses really learning about it. So I'm going to share this. Please come over here and check out this video. Dominic Williams always performs, and Crypto Wendy's the best. So Crypto Wendy O is the best. So definitely check out this video. Let's get those likes up to like 1,000. This deserves at least 1,000 likes. So this was an incredible video. So yeah, ICPCC got it. Bear. We're not bearish today because ICP just broke some crazy highs, but ICPCC, this is going to be huge, and I'm honored to have like a 15-minute spot in this. So yeah, this is an absolute game changer. Definitely come give this video a watch, you know, and share this out. I mean, people need to hear Dominic Williams and support Wendy. So now I wanted to talk about something. I was like, we'll get back to this on the channel. I wanted to get back to this as soon as possible. So this is huge. For a second, I just want to talk about CBDCs for a second. Then we'll read and we'll talk about this. So CBDCs are already being implemented in different countries around the world. And what this is central bank digital currency. It's like, say, the US dollar, has a token, right? Not USDT, because that's not the actual US dollar. It's a government central bank digital currency, would be a government affiliated currency that would replicate the dollar exactly as the dollar is, right? So if there's a certain amount of dollar bills in circulation, they would have to like take a certain amount or print more. They can always print more. That's what they like to do. But basically, a central bank digital currency is like a whole government fund. You can use that exact crypto. So what SGD is the Singapore dollar, right? And so the SGD token they're talking about is going to be a central bank digital currency. This could be massive for the internet computer. If you think these massive, central banks are going to have some way to be able to print these digital currencies, it's inevitable. It's going to happen 100%. We are having, look at China, already has. So we're going to have these central bank digital currencies. It's just a matter of what platform are they going to use to secure this kind of technology. And there isn't a better one than an internet computer. So if we get Singapore and the Singapore dollar on board and they start really using the technology, it's quick, right? So you couldn't really use a whole lot of other blockchains to be able to scale it to the masses. I mean, there's other ones that would be great, maybe some integrations with some payment systems, and because the multi-chain is the ultimate goal, right? But the thing we're talking about now is what platform right now could handle not only the load of these central bank digital currencies, but be able to scale them and let everybody be able to use them and interact. Because if it's a government, everybody's going to have to be able to utilize that in a quick, efficient way. Like if you're buying milk, right? Say you go to the store, you're going to need to be able to have an instant finalized transaction so that you're not waiting 20 minutes with everybody behind you. I mean, that would be a very inefficient way. So they'd have to have it on a blockchain that is secure, for one, and they can handle, all of those transactions. And the internet computer is basically the only one right now capable of doing that in such a high level. So I think that's why they're going with that. I know XRP, they're talking about a possible, use case for XRP to be, one of the blockchains for central bank digital currencies. I know we've all heard those rumors. Wendy asked people to sub to her channel, and I asked if she had OnlyFans. Yeah, be careful with that. Like, just respect Wendy. You can be like, she's cool with a lot of jokes and stuff. Just be respectful about it. I don't know why she banned you for that. I think, maybe it was rude the way you said it or something, but she's pretty funny. Like she would be, just be respectful though, because she is a mom. She is like a person. She's not just she's a person. So treat her like a person. You'll be all right. You can joke. Just be careful. From Singapore, my guy. And actually, there is a guy that I'm talking with, a developer from Singapore as well. So I'm going to try to get on the horn with him. But anyway, this SGD, let's go in and read a little bit more about this SGD. So basically, it is advancing the global financial inclusion with universal trusted credentials. So this is what kind of the wording is why, man, I don't get what SGD is. I thought it was like another crypto or something, but no, they're talking about the Singapore dollar. So they're talking about a significant stride towards global financial inclusion is the collaboration between ICP of Singapore and the Definity Foundation with the United Nations Development Program to implement universal trusted credentials. This initiative is part of the SGD, the Singapore dollar financial inclusion program aimed at creating a more inclusive financial system worldwide. So this is going to be absolutely remarkable because it's going to be using the chain key crypto introduction of stablecoins. So this could be absolutely huge for the internet computer, because if Singapore does it, who knows, other countries might integrate their CBDC system on the internet computer, especially if it's the fastest, cheapest one to do it on, because you don't want, to be losing money on a CBDC because of fees and have it slow and ineffective. So they're going to have to look for stuff like the internet computer to do this. And with chain key, threshold signing, it is the crypto to have this implemented. This is beautiful. I'm glad we looked deeper into this and found out what was happening here. So yeah, let's take a look at the crypto bubbles real quick. We're going to kind of jump back and forth from news to the exciting market. Look at this. This whole market is absolutely green. I did a little short on the graph earlier because this is crypto we've been watching for a while, up 20%. And another one, look at one of the biggest gainers of the day, Fetch.ai. And this is why I really love the AI capabilities on the internet computer. This is one of my top picks for the last bull run. And it still is one of my top picks. Again, Fetch. Definitely do not sleep on this crypto. Algorand, another one. I've never lost money on a trade. Luckily, I'm not saying like, I just did really good trades on Algorand, made just a ton of money. Beautiful, love Algorand. XTZ, up a beautiful amount. So the market recovered. And I was telling you guys to watch for like a bear trap, and it happened. And a bunch of longs got wrecked, and then it went right back up. But I do see a possible another move to the downside before the halving. But for right now, let's enjoy this up to the market. Let's not let any of that happen. But it is going to go down again eventually. But this was a nice correction to keep moving to the upside. Chili's, another pick of mine. Render, another pick of mine, up 50%. So if you guys subscribe to the channel, you'll be seeing a lot more of these picks. And I don't pick everyone. Like I didn't pick Arbitrum, which that's a pretty good one actually, but FTM, like I didn't pick a lot of these. I did pick Flare, Matic, but there's a lot of these that I didn't pick. Just tons of these that I didn't pick over here. But the ones I did do really well. So where is ICP in the grand scheme of things here? I think ICP has kind of gone down and then back up to the same. Oh, we're up 10%. So it is up 10%. And I believe is it Rally or Render that is the content creator coin? Because I think that's beautiful and we need that on the internet computer. And I'm going to build a platform to be doing this. So having a cool content creator, that's why I said 200K Renegade tokens for the best comment about ICP community conference, or what you would like to see there, or what you would like to see me add to the staking video. So yeah, let's get back into some news though. So Crypto Valley, they're concluding the day with a dynamic Crypto Valley panel on aligning crypto cybersecurity with traditional banking standards. So the internet computer is really looking towards government, collaboration and banking collaboration, which is unprecedented in blockchain to see all of these things come together. They're normally on the opposite sides of the rope. So joined by Jan Kamenish, esteemed panelist from Ad Novum, Cryptnox Tech, Hacking Club explored topics like KYC, AI, and cryptographic norms. So this is pretty interesting to see these events happening. We just had at Denver. We're seeing the Crypto Valley panels. And cybersecurity, another thing I was talking about, why the digital, central bank digital currencies. Yes, man. I saw it on my phone. I saw that super chat on my phone, man. Normally I don't see it till I move over there, but that's why I keep the phone in the background. Thank you. From Singapore, man. Shout out to Singapore. Shout out to Rock Acid. You're amazing. Thank you for that. But yeah, so thank you again. These are the things that I really love to see about the internet computer, is them really understanding the way the world works. Look at SBF. He should have been in jail a long time ago, right? But with his connections, it took them a long time to be able to find him and be able to get him where he belongs. And so basically, it takes a while for this kind of stuff to really get to where it needs to be, right? And they're doing it at these events and everywhere across the world. And so what Sam Bankman-Fried did is he lined the pockets of politicians and everybody because he understood the way the world worked. Unfortunately, he was a very, very bad person. And what Definity is doing is they're understanding the way the world worked, but they're not like SBF in that way. I'm just saying he understood that he needed, certain people on his side. And this isn't saying anything good about him, but he understood the way the world worked. That's the point of it. And so Definity is understanding they're going to need governments on their side. They're going to need to follow laws and regulations. They're going to need to have ICP hubs so that they can concentrate each one of their efforts in different parts of the world for each one of their specific unique talents that each one of these different countries has to offer the internet computer, and evangelize this to the colleges and just spread this word about the internet computer in a way that is effective, and kind of staying away from regions where they're not ready to expand in, like the US, because of regulation. They want to be very careful, so that what they're doing is building like a presence here. They have a research center in San Diego, but what they're doing is really expanding in other parts of the world, aligning with central bank digital currencies in places that are more crypto friendly, like Singapore. I heard the taxes might be a little bit lower there than here. So a lot of that kind of stuff is what we want to see, and then eventually we'll see them coming to the United States, Canada, North America, and really a lot of in Europe, they're already making headway a lot there, collaborating with Switzerland, Portugal, all these different places that the governments are welcoming them in. The S&P 500 version in Europe, right? Is allowing them to come in and trade. And this is only happening recently for Bitcoin. So the internet computer is making leaps and bounds in strides of what they're doing. And the genius way behind how they're doing this, it just kind of blows my mind. And this is why the internet computer, a lot of these other cryptos are doing beautiful today. Internet computer, it just had a massive rise again from about that $13 range, to 17 new local high for the last month for this new bull market. It's an all-time high for this new bull market. But yeah, so just keep your eye on a lot of these other cryptos. I am going to be doing videos every day in this bull market. Not yet. My channel's not ready for it. But I will be doing a lot of these other cryptos. Maybe Saturday, I won't do just an ICP video. I will do other cryptos. So we can really look, and I'll go back through some of the ones that I talked about last bull market and see how they're doing now, that I have a little more time. I'm doing everything, but I just really like making videos, and I can just make uploads in like 15, 20 minutes with a little bit of news. See, these ones, like my lives, take longer because I have to look at a bunch of stuff and find and research and that. But good morning. So this is Trax. We are going to be having Technologic on the channel, which is going to be Monday the 11th, I believe. Yeah, Monday the 11th. And we want to talk about some of the cool, interesting stuff Trax was doing. We were actually just meeting, and he started telling me about like all this cool stuff that Trax was doing that I don't hear about on the Twitter. I guess they're really active on Instagram. But they had like these crazy pop-up, like, I'm not going to give spoilers away. You'll have to come next Monday for that video. And we, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to just kind of give you the 411 on what Trax is doing. But here's what they're doing now. So they are doing an airdrop, and they're saying, good morning, ICP community. Trax airdrop is underway. Airdrop 1 is underway. We're distributing over 1.5 million Trax tokens to our early supporters from our Zeely campaign. And we actually talked about this on the channel. So if you did take part in that Zeely campaign or the funded app, we missed that one, unfortunately. But you can claim your airdrop by checking your wallet, I guess. So transactions are in queue and will be processed over the next 3 hours. Well, Tom, I hope you can tell me how to do that so I don't have to send each one of these Renegade tokens manually with this airdrop. So let me know. But yeah, 1.5 million Trax tokens. That's a lot of ICP worth. Trax is doing it big though. If you want to see what they're doing, they're really pioneering the way for Web3 music in support of the artists. So that's what you're going to be seeing. So there's not only airdrop for that, but we have a 94 million Renegade token airdrop. Since we were on that, I might as well bring this up. We're going to give away 94 million Renegade tokens to our NFT holders, ICP Renegades. So if you want to go over to Toniq.io and get one, you can participate in the airdrop. I'm not telling you to, but if you want to, and like I said, we are talking with developers. We're going to get this game made. We need the demo and the skins done, and that's what I'm talking to somebody right now. And then we're going to try to see if we can't partner with a bigger game developer to build the game. But the demo should be easy. So we're going to get the demo no matter what. The game, we just got to secure a really, really top tier developer. But the demo, we can kind of, get out. That way we can get grants and stuff. But we're also doing a giveaway alert. If you want to, I will post this over here. Besides the 200K today, I was giving away tokens over here. Hey, ICP Aussie, my guy is here. Longtime supporter. Thank you again for coming in. Let's put up this $20 super sticker real quick. Thank you again for the super sticker, man. You got me to jump out of my seat right when I was doing that. So it's very rare. And I don't do it for subscribers all the time, but sometimes I'll jump up for a subscriber. But that's not all the time. But every time for a super chat, super sticker. Oh, Australia has had numerous data breaches by hackers. Should countries adopt ICP for security? So this so far is the winner for the question. That's a really good question. I think it's because there's no ICP hub in Australia. That's why. So Australia is going to get hacked because there's no ICP hub. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think that's what SGB or SGD, the Singapore dollar, is looking to do right now, and this is why they're probably researching, and that's what most smart people do is they research what blockchain, and then they if it's for a country, it's going to be like a team of like 10 different people that are looking into the security, the performance, the capabilities, the scaling factors. But yes, for security, ICP, there's none like it. I have been hacked on my phone and I have been hacked on my computer since I have been a YouTube influencer. People come thinking they can, I'm pretty secure, but hackers, leave me alone. But yeah, so that kind of thing is definitely possible, but my ICP has never been touched. I think that's probably what they were going for, is trying to take, ICP and hack me and try to get my key, whatever they're trying to do. But it's basically unhackable. I'm sure there's a way like somebody could do it if they had your device and stuff. But other than that, it's pretty damn hard to hack. So if you imagine a firewall with a traditional just website, right? You're gonna have a firewall that's used to protect that website or whatever, and then you can also buy extra added firewalls for your computer and stuff. So that's basically what is built into the internet computer already, so you don't have to go and purchase extra security. But a firewall can possibly even be hacked, right, by like one of the best hackers in the world. But I've never heard of a hack on the internet computer, and I think that's why governments are starting to really notice it and wanting to use it for their currency, because and then imagine the government, possibly implementing some of their firewalls to add an extra security, like military grade firewall with the internet computer. And then oh my god, if they collaborate on that and they get permission to use like military grade cryptography on the internet computer, imagine that. Imagine the military capabilities of blockchain and Web3, and that could be the next generation of where we're going in crypto. It's kind of scary to think about, because immutable, unstoppable, but it would keep everything secure. The only thing is it might be public data. So that's the one so it would have to be some sort of a privacy implementation that would keep, like it was classified information. You'd have to keep that secure. But yes, definitely, I think countries are going to adopt, not just can they, should they, but I think they're absolutely going to. You've seen it with Singapore starting now. You've seen the Swiss government really take, Definity under their banner, and it's like, yes, this is good. This is what we need. So yeah, great question, man. And yeah. So Rock Acid, let's go. Finally got my Aussie click link to the Renegade. Yes. Thank you for showing up, man. And all my Australia people, shout out to you. I want to go there one day. It's actually lower on my list. Unless I can just like get a flight around the world for like a couple months, that would be the best thing. So Foxfire, my guy's here too. So we're going to announce some winners over here on Twitter after the live stream for our last video. And so far it is 808 Bear in the lead. So he says, hey guys, I got 1K ICP around $5. Struggling with buying more above 14. First bull run Indian Vice. So this is what I told my friend. I was like, man, at first I had to jab him a little bit. I was like, remember when I told you to buy ICP at $3? This is like an actual real life friend of mine. I was like, bro, you need to get ICP at $3 right now. Right now. He's like, I got $200. What should I spend it on? I'm like, ICP right now, $3. And he slept on it. And then it went to like $8. And I was like, bro, you need to get ICP right now. But anyway, after, you know, it's like $16, $17, I was like, bro, I said, I know you missed it at 3 and I know you missed it at like 8, but it's okay because we haven't even had the Bitcoin halving, and 18 months after the halving is the historical high every single bull market. So I was like, imagine just buying one ICP per week. Okay, I said even every 2 weeks if you can't afford one per week. Every time you get a little bit of money, you know, put whatever you can afford, whether it be one ICP, a half ICP a week, whatever. So struggling buying more is not an issue if you have a few extra dollars. I mean, like $7 is half an ICP, right? So that's what I would do, and that's what I do when I don't have a whole lot of, you know, extra liquid capital. You know, whether bills come up, whether, you know, all my stuff is locked away, whether I just don't want to spend any of my crypto at all because this is not do it at $3, $10, $12. Like I'm buying anything under $20. I really never thought ICP would go much lower than $40 when I first saw it. But now we know $3 is a good price. But yeah, work to your limits. Yes. We have some advice here from an OG. He says 1K is a healthy bag, and anything beyond that is a bonus. Maybe diversify into some other projects like Renegades Token or something like Ghost. And yeah, so hey, Six Figs, my guys here, man. That was such a fun trip, man. You know, we had a really good time. It was a working trip, and it was just like, you know, the guys' weekend, except it wasn't a weekend. And then we had I just want to say that it was one of the best. It was the best business trip I ever went on, and I rented a houseboat on Lake Mead before for 3 days. So this was better than renting a houseboat on Lake Mead for 3 days. We had $1,000 worth of meat. We had 3 kegs of beer, and our boss came out on a speedboat with jet skis. And this was a better trip to tell you, to meet my friend Six Figs, to meet Jordan, and you know, some other and other wonderful things happened as well. So yeah, you're looking good, man. I'm not looking good. You're looking good. No. I'm just in a good mood today. You know, I just got off work, kind of waiting to go eat some dinner, some fried chicken from Azel's. If you're ever in Seattle, it's not as good as it used to be, but the chicken's pretty good. Azel's chicken. It is fire. People come from all over the world, or they used to Azel's. So heavy bag of ICP thanks to Jerry. Well, you should have been watching my channel because I was here before Jerry, but Jerry do it big. He has big reach for ICP. He's a ICP maxi, which is fine. You know, we need ICP maxis, but we also need cross-chain maxis too, like me. And I've always been like, my name was Crypto Renegade at first until we found out yet there was another channel with that name. So yeah. Oh, he dropped the bomb. Okay, he said, and Wendy. Yes, I got to meet Wendy. Like I'm cheesing right now because she's so nice and I was so nervous. And then as soon as like I met her, she gave me a hug and instantly I was like, man, Wendy, Crypto Wendy O is just like a cool, chill person. And then we talked for a bit. But yeah, it was unforgettable. I'll never forget that trip, man. Like it was something like I didn't even know I needed, but I did. So I'm getting all emotional. No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So as you see, it was windy. I was hinting at it, but I can't drop the alpha though. So he kind of brought the game here with the way, and I was gonna kind of you ruined my surprise, Six Figs, because I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna lead him on a different direction with this right here. Right, so I was gonna go over here and be like talk secret mission and make them think that it had nothing to do. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, so Six Figs dropped the alpha right here in the chat. So definitely cool. But yeah, shout out Wendy. She had Dom on the channel. I remember this interview. Definitely a big move for ICP. So definitely go give Wendy a follow. Crypto Wendy O in the house. All right, so let's move on now. I was talking for a long time. So let's see where we at here. Yeah, the giveaway. Okay, so I just want to look at the CFGI. Let's reset this thing because it doesn't reset automatically on the 4 hour. The whales are neutral now. Just when I just did this, the whales were very positive. So whatever the price movement right now is, let's see. Let's reset this one too. Isn't that crazy? It was just at 520. Okay, 525. We were just at 525 over here. when I made this, and the whales were at, okay, let's actually go to the 4 hour. Sorry. We need to look at the 4 hour real quick. Let's look at the 4 hour. Then we can judge. Why are the whales bearish? Okay, so we are hitting a certain point, which it looks like was a break up and a breakdown level using as support. So this is going to be a hard area to break out. Excuse me. Plus, we've tested this area with a wick here. So yeah, 1521. Let's get this EMA 9 out over here on the 4 hour. And then we will kind of go look at that CFGI again and see why the whales just turned bearish. We did break the RSI. It means we're not having enough volume on the 4 hour. But let's look at this 1470. We're above this simple moving average. So I'm really thinking we just don't have enough volume right now on the 4 hour. Let's see our total volume. 37. Man, we have some incredible volume. So this is good. As long as we can sustain some volume on the 4 hour, even if we don't, the 4 hour isn't really that crucial right now, but I was just trying to liken that to the CFGI, why the whales are neutral right now. They're waiting for the breakout of this level with some volume because we're testing that RSI. So they're trying to see if there's enough sustainable volume to increase their positions and see ICP possibly move up to this $17-ish range. So this is what I like to see. Let's look at the daily because this is going to be our most important factor right now to really see if we're going to be continually bullish. And it does look like the whales are negative on the daily, which I don't get what they're doing. If you look here, extreme greed. So 82% extreme greed. Impulse. So this means that retail investors are really buying into the internet computer right now. Every time we see a massive price movement like this to the upside, we see this impulse and your traditional everyday investors come in, retail. Volume is very positive on the daily. Volatility is looking really good because, as you see, we keep just going crazy down, crazy up, which is good because we had this sustainable, consolidation. Yes, man. Woo! Okay, let's go. Let's go over here to shout out this super chat real quick. He says, I bought 3,000 ICP around $9. Staked it for 8 years, non-dissolving. Plan is the dollar cost average to boost my voting power instead of restaking. Can I sell maturity at bull market prices in 2025? What do you think? So if you are, let's see, boost my voting power instead of restaking. Yes. So that's a very good idea. You get it, man. So what he's talking about is he's basically saying that when he staked ICP, he is getting those maturity rewards, which you can spawn a new neuron to be able to get that maturity into ICP in a new neuron, and then you can disperse it to your wallet and sell it. So what he's doing is he is adding the most percentage for reward. So if you stake it for 8 years, you get a really high percentage. But if you also do not dissolve, say for 4 years first, you get the percentage for the 8-year neuron plus that percentage for not dissolving, which means it doesn't start the 8-year countdown until you dissolve that. So what he's doing is he's going to lock that up, have that be his long-term investment, and then have that maturity for this next bull market. That's actually a really good plan. Dang. I mean, that's a really good plan because if you lock up enough and you get such rewards, like I'm getting, like half an ICP every 3-4 days, which is because I split my neuron. I have one unlocking soon. But man, I think I'm going to take a couple hundred ICP and do that. I think that's a very smart idea and have that locked up. Let's say I have 100 ICP and I lock that up for 8 years and then I don't press that dissolve or say 1,000, whatever you want to do. Then I'm getting like, say, 0.25 or 0.5 ICP per day. And then that adds up, say, over the next year and 2025 year and a couple of months. So you get like half an ICP a day. You're talking 700 days. That's like what, 350 ICP that you can sell in the next bull market. Say if you had 1,000 or whatever, and I only have 500 and I'm getting like 0.5 0.5 every 3 days. So that would even be a lot. That's a very good idea. And I would have some unlocking, in this bull market. I think the neurons are meant to be utilized in a lot of different ways. I want to have like 5 or 6 different neurons that have, 12 years with 4-year not dissolving, and then an 8-year with like 2-year not dissolving. Each bull market have it unlocked, and then have one just locked up for like 8 years, and then don't press that dissolve delay until I feel like it. Maybe 8 years later, and just have some crazy rewards coming in for the long term. Very good point, man. Definitely. The whales are trying to shake us out. And well, what they do is they get to an area where they think it's good to sell, and where they wait to see if retail comes in. And if enough retail comes in, then they dump the price down and back up like we saw. And now they pumped it back up to this level, to try to get people shooken out. And then that's what happens. They're like, they shake people out real quick, get up to this level, and then they wait to see what happens before they try to shake out again. So wonderful tip. Okay. What place for the future? Yeah. I mean, very smart. That's why I love making videos like this, because I don't always think I have the best ideas. I'm pretty smart when it comes to staking. You need to check out my staking videos, especially the last one that I did. They're very, very, very educational. But this is something I didn't think of, and that's the power of community. We all have something to add. So, all right, let's get back over here. I wanted to go into what Kyle Langham was saying before we get back into that price. So this is what I was talking about that, let's see, you wouldn't expect on the internet computer, right? So you wouldn't expect to be able to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum directly for one another without a whole lot of fees, without a whole lot of time, and without a whole lot of just pain in the butt, risk. So he says, if I were to start a company today, it would focus on using ICP to provide one of the following to Bitcoin: censorship resistant on and off ramps to Bitcoin, responsible data as inscription, ease of use of Bitcoin as money, which means being able to use Bitcoin to be able to transact in a fast, efficient manner, using, basically a debit or a credit card would be cool. Native, non-KYC, Bitcoin, Ethereum swaps. Compete with Thorchain. This is what I'm talking about. This can be done on the internet computer. You can do it with DeFi. I don't know. There would have to be like a trading pair for CKETH and CKBTC on ICP swap, or you could just trade it for ICP and then to the ETH. But we want direct, non-KYC, decentralized swaps available for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Imagine how much congestion that would take off of the Ethereum and Bitcoin networks. Imagine how fast, cheap, and efficient it would be. And imagine just the ease of use. That is what we want, especially save money and ease of use. If it's just simple, we go and press like 3 buttons and trade Bitcoin for Ethereum and then have it in our wallet almost immediately. That is the kind of thing that, and I think it takes like 10 seconds or 60 seconds tops or something like that. It takes really fast. I know ICP can do it in like under a second, but I think the Bitcoin Ethereum swap might take like 5 or 10 seconds or something really quick though. That's what I heard at least. So yeah, definitely shout out Kyle. He always brings the heat, man. But this volume is looking beautiful. This is why we didn't break that RSI to the downside. I told you, we either break it, and we did have some big moves to the downside after I said that. So that's why it's really important to watch my channel on a day-to-day basis and really see these certain parts, because there's some bangers hidden in the middle of these videos. Some people say they're too long, but if they weren't long enough, then you wouldn't get these nuggets of information. I told you that we went way up and then got rejected with that RSI on that. There was another big pump up here to 14 before moving back down to this 10, and we did have one before that with the flash crash down to 1177. It's not on here, but I told you guys that if we get rejected by that RSI, there was going to be a big dump, and we saw it to 11 something. So that's what happened. But we were able to sustain enough volume, which was good. So I made a good video about it, telling you that we were looking bullish. And if we do break out of this, not on here, let's go to the daily. the daily. I did erase a lot of these, but if we broke out of this ascending triangle, if you go back and watch my video, I told you exactly about this level, that we would turn bullish, and we went up, we wicked up, and we went up to this $16.99 range, and then we closed below it in the very next candle because we were riding this EMA 9 all the way up, and when we're above the 9 and the 25, we are bullish. We broke out of this ascending triangle, which is a continuation pattern to the upside. Yeah, I just like to see this, and it did break down for a second first. If you would count like from here, you know. So we did turn bearish for a minute first. So this is going to be a nice area of support too. If we take this up here a little bit further, this is the good thing about looking at this. This is a huge area of support now. So if we do have a little retracement, I don't know why the whales are bearish except for the RSI being a little overbought, but we're way above that simple moving average. So, and we're not really overbought. We're kind of testing that. We can go up further. So I don't see this as an issue. I really don't get why the whales aren't a lot more bullish right now. Having all of this support, we had this kind of, cup and handle factor-esque thing, but yeah, nice breakout there. So, and this also, if you remember, let's get rid of this one. And this one, I was calling an inverse head and shoulders breakout too. And so as you see, it doesn't look perfect, but this is the left shoulder. This whole thing is the head, and this is the right shoulder here. And I'm gonna call it because we have a breakout here. And we have a possible nice move off of this, maybe to the $18-ish range. I did put this in my last video. But yeah, we're going to maybe go to the 1845 range with this nice breakout of this level. It isn't the most beautiful head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern, but we're going to stick with it because we might have another significant move to the upside. But if not, we have some consolidation looking here. And if we can consolidate above this level right here and really start to kind of trade in this area, close above this 1450 range, 1457, we're going to be longer term bullish. And we could really see a move to $20 as these RSIs cool off. So let's get some different moving averages out here. I want to look at this 25 because this 25 is going to be either support or resistance. If we're above it, we're bullish. If we're below it, we're bearish. And yeah, we're well above that 25. So things are looking extremely, extremely interesting for the internet computer right now. Let's see. Do we have oscillators over here anymore? I don't know what they did with those oscillators. So let's just go look for ICP crypto oscillators. Okay, where are the oscillators? Oh man. Where are the oscillators? All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Oscillators, man. Give me the oscillators. I mean, it's pretty specific what I'm asking you for here. Why is there no oscillators? I mean, I looked this up before. And CoinMarketCap doesn't have them anymore. Man, why do they do that? They get rid of like the stuff that we need, man. Why are you getting rid of the oscillators? Oh, here we go now. Dang it. Really irritating. Can't find the stupid, oh well. Let's go to CFGI. Let's look at the 1 hour. That's very irritating. Thank you very much for nothing, internet. Somebody make some ICP oscillators, please. Jeez. I mean, why did CoinMarketCap get rid of them? I mean, they used to be over here. This used to be over here, and they were like right here. And then they moved to the other side and then got rid of the oscillators just like very recently. So CFGI hour looks neutral. Whales are positive on the hour, so it does look like they might be turning around, but don't let this fool you. These whales are tricky. Order book's looking positive, neutral. Now retail is stopping. So the whales wait for retail and then they do their moves. So let's look at this 1 hour, see what is happening since we can't find the oscillators. Can't find the oscillators. They disappeared on me during my live. Don't you love live television? Live television. So it does look like we have, oh man, I missed this inverse head and shoulders right here. Dang it, but where could, have we already broken out to our price target? Yeah. I mean, that was an inverse head and shoulders right there. Okay, let's take this right here. All right. Ooh. So, I mean, we do have like some weird, I think this is kind of the same one that was on the daily a little bit, maybe. But it does look like some weird little inverse head and shoulders. And I would just kind of go right from here. So if we can break about back above this, we could see 17 again. And it's also a falling wedge on the 1 hour, as you see with a nice breakout. You could say there's another falling wedge over here that we'd need to break, but there's one that we already broke out of right here. So that's good for support. I mean, that could be a symmetrical triangle breakout too. We could bring it more like this for the falling wedge. So I do like to see that, which could bring us back to the top of the wedge. The inverse head and shoulders could bring us to the top of the wedge. And let's look at these RSI. We're above the RSI on the hour, testing it right now with the EMA 25 at 1479. It looks like this area could hold support right here at 1477. Whoops. I hit the arrow button. But yeah, this area is looking good. Really, really good for a potential breakout. Go back to the 1 hour. If we can get above this, we also do have an ascending triangle right here. So if I mean, it could even go way back here. We could have another one right here. But if you see right here, we could get some more bullish momentum. If we can break out of this 1552 area, that would confirm this, inverse head and shoulders, which is a weird little shoulder over here, big shoulder, giant head. But hey, we're going to call it. We also have a falling wedge breakout that could bring us to the top of this wedge with an ascending triangle. Things are looking super bullish right now. So be careful of a bear bull trap. So you don't end up losing a lot of money. But I think this is looking bullish over the long term. Even if you do buy ICP at 15 and it goes down, you want to buy more and more as it goes down to these different levels. So I think that's all we're going to have for today. Let's get into some questions and give away those 200K Renegade tokens. So that was also a very good question here. So we have two good ones. Let's look and see. The whales are trying to shake us out. Oh, hey, Ananda. Shiva Bala. ICP to 5K. Okay, 5K. Maybe by 2029, 2030, 3-ish. 2020, yeah. Whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. Okay. All right. Coin Gecko. Let's go look at coin. I do want to see these oscillators. Coin Gecko. ICP. I hate it when stuff disappears on me. I don't see where the oscillators are, brother. Yeah, I can't find them on here either, bro. So doesn't look like we're gonna be doing that today. Elna. Oh, there is two things I want to talk about real quick before we leave. Actually, the NNS, the SNS. So let's just go over here. Let me just log in, then I'll bring it back over. Okay, let me log in here. Let me log into my stuff. Is it gonna make me? Oh man. Okay, well I'm not gonna log in. Damn it. Let's just go to the launch pad. It keeps asking me for my security key every time now. It's really starting to irritate me. Every time I sign in, it asks me for that, and I don't want to do it every time. So we have IC Lighthouse DAO and Elna AI, both on their SNS launches. I'm going to be reaching out to both of these teams, seeing if we can't get them on the channel. We are possibly going to be buying these. Let's see. You got to sign in to participate. Let's see where you cannot do it in the US, but if you use a VPN, you can. Let's look at IC Lighthouse. Looks like US is excluded as well, so you will have to be using your VPN, but it looks like they are almost to their minimum commitment here in IC Lighthouse. So you can come participate over here on the NNS. There is a link in the description below. And it looks like they are 49,000 out, 50,000 out of their 120,000 ICP. So if you want to go support them, minimum participation is 5 ICP, about 50, let's see, about 60 some, 70 some dollars. So, yeah, I think that's about all we're going to have. So, yeah, our winner is going to be 808 Bear. 808 Bear. Except you need to say thanks. Oh, bro. Bro, you can't talk like that in here, man. I'm not going to let you win the contest if you talk like that, brother. You can't say those things in these chat. Like, I'm okay with like some of the things, man, but you go too far and you'll get booted and you won't get no prizes either. Man. I'm picking someone else, bro. You ruined it. Sorry. Let's pick. Dang, I was gonna hook you up too, brother. Now I can't pick a winner. Okay, we're gonna pick Aussie ICP Maxi because he says, KS, just work to your limits. And this is good advice. This wasn't necessarily a comment or question about ICP-CC, but this was the best one. This was actually good too, KS. So dang. All right. You guys got to let me know in the chat who wins. We'll read them both. I can't pick. It's between these two. I'll narrow it down to two, and whoever gets the most votes wins. Just put +1 Aussie or +1 KS. So KS, just work to your limits. 1K is a healthy bag, and anything beyond that is a bonus. Maybe diversify into some other projects like Renegade Token or something like Ghost. And that was in response to the good question here. He says, hey guys, got 1K ICP at around $5, struggling with buying more at above 14. First bull run, any advice, suggestions? And we'll even throw in this super chat one since he supported the channel too. He said he bought 3,000 ICP around $9. So you can put Solomon on that one. He said staked for 8 years, non-dissolving. Plan is to dollar cost average to boost my voting power instead of restaking. And then he said to sell maturity. This is actually my favorite one, but it's hard to pick, you know. So let me know in the chat. Aussie. Okay, Aussie. Me. You do have some fire too, man. You just today you didn't bring it like you normally do, or I would pick you. Except this is pretty fire too. I'm from Singapore. That's pretty fire, but yeah, Aussie. So Aussie, he gonna win. Oh, KS voted for Aussie. Man, you're a humble gentleman. If I see you again here next time, you definitely have a leg up to win. So yeah, that's all we're gonna have for today. Aussie, DM me on Twitter. We're connected, so you can just go ahead and DM me, and I'll send you over 200K Renegade tokens. Thank you. All right, guys. That being said, goodbye and good ICP.